Samara, welcome to the Inside Connection.
Thank you.
So the rising sign is very important. This is the sign that was rising on the eastern horizon when you were born, out sort of over the San Francisco Bay, let's say. And the sign that was rising was Gemini. So for a Taurus, you might wonder sometimes why you're so interested in writing and teaching and reading and being a good student. And the reason is because you have Gemini rising and Venus in Gemini. So this is your femininity, Venus, and you are a woman. So women are customarily connected very strongly to their Venus energy. And since both of those things are in Gemini, it gives you a love of language, of learning, of reading, talking, teaching, communicating, and probably an awesome sense of humor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right? And so also, you probably like things to really get going. You are not the kind of person that really can stand around for a delay very well. You want it done, you want to learn it, you want to move on, you want to get to the next thing.
Correct.
This is not a Taurus. That's what's so interesting about looking at a complete chart, is that you have Mercury in Taurus and you have the Sun in Taurus, but there's so much more about your chart that's actually in the element of air. You have planet in Libra, you have a strong planet in Aquarius, you have a couple of planets in the house of Aquarius, and then you have Gemini rising and Venus in Gemini. All of those things are air, and air rules the mind, rules thinking. So you're a big thinker. You're somebody that likes to stimulate your mind and stimulate the way in which you look at the world. You like to learn things. Friendship, that seems like another really big theme in your chart. You know, you don't necessarily have to have a lot of friends, but I would imagine that you have some very close friends that you think of as loyal, committed. You know, you're a very ethical person with very strong value systems. So you really want to have friendships that represent that. You really want to be able to have someone in your life that you can share with what's going on for you.
Yeah. Doesn't everybody?
The answer to your question is no. You know, it's sometimes interesting that we can talk in these themes, and from our perspective, we always think that everybody wants or has what it is that we're looking for, but it's actually really not true. People have different things that they're motivated to achieve. For you, a big part of it is about seeing the way in which you're using language. Again, it's still a very Gemini lesson. It's Taurian because there's a focus on friendship for you and values, but one of the very strong points of your identity, like how you're self-identified, is intellectually, communicatively. Your actual destiny point is in the house of communication, writing, teaching. What's your career?
All of the above. I mean, I'm an actress, but
Okay.
I was an English major
Okay.
in college, and then I got a master's in acting, and my way into all of that was definitely Shakespeare and all that kind of heady stuff. And then as an actor and performer, learning how to, access all of that from more of an emotional standpoint instead of just thinking about, the words like you're talking about. And I teach.
What do you teach?
I teach dialects to actors. So I have a professorship, and I have a teaching position in Hollywood, and I teach 20-year-olds from all around the world how to work on their voice and how to form, how to communicate.
What you just said, it also fits in with your chart because the ruler of your career happens to be the planet Neptune. You have Neptune in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius rules foreign languages, foreigners, the ability to communicate with foreign accents and things like that. So I would imagine that even as an actor, you're capable of bringing a lot of foreign dialects to your work. Is that true too?
Yeah.
You teach people how to have a correct accent. Yeah, that's a very specialized, very Gemini-oriented, because Gemini is what rules language and the word. One thing in your chart that I'm sure you've struggled with is being perfectionistic. You have Jupiter and Mars and Saturn all in Virgo, and some of that probably came from your father, your relationship with your father. Is he the perfectionistic influence?
He's a scientist and very, you know, attention to detail in every way, and there's right and there's wrong.
That's the energy that I see, because that's in your home, and you have to be careful that your own perfectionistic sense of order and right and wrong is not applied too strongly to your own home. Well, it's a very positive cycle for you right now, because Jupiter is planet of expansion and kind of good luck and good news and things like that. It's moving into your house of identity. So you're going to feel more comfortable teaching, writing, collaborating, and the use of language than you've ever felt. And I have good news for you as an actor. Neptune, the ruling planet of your career, is actually going to go into your career house. Probably it's more like the end of 2014, 2015, but I would definitely look forward to you seeing a complete shift in your ability to be involved in television and the movies.
This sounds great. You just described like something perfect. I would love that.
Listen, it was great to talk to you, and thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you. This was really neat.
Awesome.